Hello and welcome to the Magic Source. Today we are going to be outlining the new Planeswalkers for the M15 set. So first off, we've got Ajani the Steadfast. So this is, it's an alright Planeswalker, but I mean it's not as good as, Mentor of Heroes or Caller of the Pride and stuff like that. It's definitely, in my opinion, one of the worst Ajanis that we've got. So its +1 is up to one target creature gains +1/1 lifelink, vigilance and first strike till the end of the turn. Its -2 is put a 1/1 counter on each creature you control and put one loyalty counter on each planeswalker you control. And I do think the -2 is quite good. Its -7 is you get an emblem with, if a source would deal damage to you or a planeswalker you control, prevent all but 1 damage. I suppose it is quite a good thing to have. I mean, it could, save you, but it is a -7, and you would only, I don't know, it's a bit tricky because I'm not quite sure if it means all damage for the game or all damage at that turn or what. I think it's a source, so yeah, it would be any creature, so yeah, actually, it might be useful if you get to that stage, but I wouldn't be as worried about it as, Mentor of Heroes -7 to get 100 life. Or the -8 where you get the cat tokens on Caller of the Pride. So next up we have Jace Living Guild Pact, and we don't actually know much about this at the minute because the actual moves it does hasn't really been released. However, we do have, some nice art. But yeah, there's nothing really apart from that we know about the new Jace. Next up we have Lilia Vess, and I think this is probably one of the better Planeswalkers in M15. So it's a 5 cost, and its +1 is target player discards a card. Its -2 is search your library for a card, then shuffle your library and put that card on top of it. And then its ultimate is put all creature cards in all graveyards onto the battlefield under your control. And I think that's pretty OP -8, depending on if you have got a deck that focuses on getting the creatures into the graveyard. Or, just really any deck. I think it would be a pretty useful card to have. Next up we've got Chandra Pyromaster, and there isn't really much to say about this, apart, because she was in M14, so it's not exactly like we're getting a new Planeswalker here, but I'm just going to run over the abilities just so anyone who doesn't know has a better idea. So its +1 is Chandra Pyromaster deals 1 damage to target player and 1 damage to up to 1 target creature that player controls. The creature can't block this turn. And I think if it weren't for the can't block this turn, that would be a really bad +1, sorry. Its 0 is exile the top card of your library. You may play it this turn. I mean, it's not the best 0 I've ever seen, but it's certainly not bad. And then the -7 is exile the top 10 cards of your library, choose an instant or sorcery card, exile it this way and copy it 3 times. You may cast the copies without paying their mana costs. This could be really good. I mean, if you had something like Lava Axe in there, that's 15 damage, but it's not particularly that special. So our last Planeswalker for M15 is Nissa Worldwaker, and I think probably out of all the Planeswalkers in M15 she is definitely my favourite. I just think she's a clever card. I think it's a nice green card, and I like how it utilises land as actually a sort of offensive and defensive. It utilises your land for offensive and defensive use, which is actually really cool. So her +1 is target land you control becomes a 4/4 elemental creature with trample. It's still land. And what I like about this is it doesn't say until the end of the turn, or so I think we can assume that it stays a 4/4, which is, actually really nice. Its second +1, which is also a bonus, is untap up to 4 target forests, and this is going to be, really good for bringing out the big monsters much earlier on, and I think it's going to be a really good green card. So the -7 is search your library for any number of basic land cards, put them onto the battlefield, then shuffle your library. Those lands become 4/4 elemental creatures with trample, and they're still lands. And I think this is pretty great because, you could have 5 land out because, that's how much it costs, and then you get like 16, 17, however much land you pull in, get that all out, turn them all into 4/4s, and you've got a really OP deck, you know. And that probably sounds like a game-winning ultimate to me. So guys, that was just a quick outline on the Planeswalkers for M15. When I get the information on Jace, I will post a separate video. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you like the content, and don't forget to leave a comment because your opinion really helps us. See you next time, guys.